Hi guys, I'm Tom. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be about Purdue Aviation Day. This is a unique event put on out at Purdue. They're trying to do it annually. I can't remember how many years they've done it annually. Completely put on and sponsored by aviation students. This is a unique event. What they're trying to do out there is bring awareness to the aviation field, get a reason for people in the community to come out, visit Purdue, get excited about aviation, look at the possible careers that are out there. They invited approximately 23 different aircraft. The public can come out. They park it out there on the tarmac. The public can come out, tour through these aircraft, see what they're about. There was one from FedEx, Beck Seeds. There's a couple different private jets that are out there. There's a couple commercial jets that are out there. One of them's got their wings open where you can look in, see the engines, all that good stuff. There's a spot inside where you could talk to vendors. People were there. United Airlines was there. FedEx was there. All the big boys in aviation. It was a neat event. It was a lot of time going out there to look at it. I was surprised by how many people actually show up for this. I had to drop Karen off at the front gate. You'll see that in the video. I drove out past all the parking lots. We ended up parking all the way over on the other side of a 4-lane highway inside of a Purdue parking lot. I was a little concerned about how they're getting all these people around. It really blew my mind. There ended up being 8,000 people out here looking at these airplanes, looking around at it, watching the paratroopers come in. It was a really fun time. It was a lot of excitement. Right down my alley. I love this stuff. I dropped Karen off the front gate, went out there and parked. I was thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to get everybody back over to the car and all this? They ended up having buses taking people from the parking lot right to the front terminal. Top class. These students did a fine job. My hands clapping for these kids. They did a really good job. On the bus, they had a Purdue engineering student talking to you about different things, making the bus ride from, it's about a 10-minute ride from where you parked up to the terminal. Really gave you a lot of insight about it. Thanked you for coming out there. They had food trucks out there. Karen and I unfortunately came in right as the paratroopers were coming down. She got some footage for me. I didn't get very much of it. I was busy trying to figure out what I'm going to do and where I'm going to park. This thing really surprised me, how many people were out there and how exciting of an event this was. Enjoy the video. Drop some stuff down there in the comments if you have anything that's going on about it. I'm going to have to commentate on it because our microphone died on the camera in the middle of this event, so I had to dub in some audio and hopefully it comes out right. I'm learning. We'll get there. Please subscribe to my channel. It helps out a bunch. It gives me time to go out and do some of this stuff. It helps build what we're doing. Like what you see on here. Again, do some comments down there for me. It doesn't cost you guys nothing. It really helps us out immensely. Take a look at the video, see what you think. Thank you. Okay, everybody, we are here at Purdue Airport for Purdue Aviation Day. I was really excited to go see all these airplanes. We did not get in time to watch them parachute down from the airplanes. We did get to see them as we were waiting in line to get in the parking lot. I had no idea how big this thing is. I really can't explain how shocked I am at how many people are actually here. We are filling every parking lot possible. They're extending the parking. I bet I'm going to be a good half mile from the airport by the time I park. I dropped Karen off up there. Can't wait to get through this line and see what's going on. You can see kind of behind me, there's cars still behind me. So we'll see how this goes. Try to get you some good pictures. Hang tight, we'll see what's going on.
Dead 4. There they begin to perfect their skills to perform these down-the-track maneuvers with the utmost precision and safety. Normally, track teams will stay together during the entire demonstration season and will only track with each other. Tracking teams are very tight-knit units, and there must be a great deal of trust and confidence in someone who is traveling at you at nearly 200 miles per hour. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct attention overhead. Our aircraft is inbound for the fourth and final pass of today's performance. On this final run, you will experience the excitement of the world-famous Triumph formation. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise as our jumpers make it into the target area. You may notice the tail of parachute curl under. This slows the full speed while reducing the jumper's weight of effect. The parachute has 7 openings on the front. These allow parachute 4 spins and play them flexible with rocket.
Okay guys, commentate this for you. Like I said, this is put on by Purdue students. Everything you see here, arranged, organized, set up, and done by Purdue students. I'm sure there was a couple alumni that helped. Some of these people that brought their plane, I'm sure they are alumni, but as you look through here, we've got, here's the engine I was talking about all opened up, so you look inside there, trying to encourage you guys to come out and see what it's like to work on these things. That's part of what Purdue does. Trains people to work on planes. All these jets are commercial jets that were brought in for this day. There's lines of people there you can see where you can just go up inside, walk around, see what they are, look at the cockpit. If you're excited or interested in them, you were able to go in that day and walk around them. As you can see, the people are walking right up to them. They did have the regular airport gated off so you couldn't get out on the runway, but here's another one of those big jets that they brought in so you can go in there and walk around, and that's one of the lines just to get in there and do it. They had several places set up with simulators. You could sit down in and simulate it flying the plane. Those were really neat. The line was too long. I didn't get a chance to go through it. Some of these old Navy and Army aircraft they brought in, you could climb right up on the wing. They had aviators that flew them in there that were standing there talking to you, answering all your questions. If you hadn't showed any interest at all, they're more than happy to help you out. I would have liked to have done a little more of that, but I showed up late. I didn't realize how many people were going to be at this thing. Great big old animal rescue airplane. Rather than retire it, they found a repurpose for it. Here's a Navy jet. This thing right here, I've got several pictures of this. That is a reconnaissance bomber that's able to defend itself in the air, and that thing is just plain terror in the sky. There's cameras all over it, radar all over it, everything you could think of. This is that Navy jet that came off of an aircraft carrier. Indiana National Guard is who runs this big jet. There's one of the Air Force guys up there, so they show them what's going on. Here you can see some of the bomb buckets on that Black Snake, they called it. The thing was just amazing to stand next to and see the graphics on it and the firepower and realize what an actual weapon that thing actually is. It's amazing. The guys who fly it, they're there, they're talking to you. The people who maintain it are there talking to you. They had a trailer and a truck and a 4x4 Sidewinder sitting there all dressed up just like it. Really a neat thing. I apologize for these small windows. I'm not sure which camera. We had about 3 cameras out there that was taking this narrow angle, but the footage is still there, so I decided to go ahead and show it to you guys. I know I've got cameras with better footage, but I didn't want to lose anything. We did lose a little bit on this when the camera went down. Here's some more paratroopers. That was probably the neatest part of the day. I really liked watching them come down. Karen was on the inside with a couple cameras. I think I took this footage with my cell phone because I was getting off the bus, looked up, and here they come down, so I wanted to start taking pictures. She'd already taken pictures of this from the inside, but it's exciting enough. I showed it twice. But these guys do jump out of a perfectly good airplane and get in a parachute, come down. They landed, they took off their gear, they rolled it all up, and they sat right there in a tent and talked to everybody, told them how they got into it, what they did. If it had to do with aviation, it was out here this day. It was a really fun event. There was about 3 different drops, I believe, of paratroopers. So we got a little bit of footage on that. I think it was the neatest part of the whole thing. I mean, yeah, it was great to be up by the airplanes, but watching these guys just enjoy themselves and float down to the earth. And they pinpoint landed. When they came down, they landed right in the middle of the crowd, right where they wanted to, right next to their tent. They nailed it. I was impressed. I'm sure they practiced it a few times, but it was neat to watch. Hope to go back next year and see it. And if you're around Purdue at that time, I think they're going to try to do it again next year. They haven't officially released the date, but Purdue Aviation Day, search it on Facebook, and they've got a page for it. Watching these guys come to ground, it's just, I love it. It's just exciting. Like I said, at the time, I just grabbed whatever camera we had and stuck it up in the sky. The one camera had an LCD screen, so we couldn't really see what we were taking. The sun was too bright. It was a beautiful day out there. Weather was perfect for this thing. I was so happy when they showed the totals and how many people actually came out for this thing. It was amazing. Here they had a smoke trail on them, allowing them to get in there and see what was going on. It's kind of nice to watch them come down too, because seeing that trail and the path they took coming down that was traced. Nice day for it. I felt bad standing on the outside, Karen standing inside waiting on me, but I had to look up and see it. I think she forgives me. She had a good time too. Look like little specks up there, and then you realize that that's actually people hanging off of a piece of cloth falling out of the sky, and a controlled landing. I love it. I don't think I'd actually do it, but I love to watch it being done. Gravity affects me a little differently than it does these guys. Amazing. My great uncle was a paratrooper in the service, and he always, every time an airplane flew overhead, he always stuck his eyeballs up in the air, and he had replacement knees, so he had to quit doing it. But oh yeah, here they come down, 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 down. And you'll see right there in the crowd, right next to their tent, boom, they spot that landing just perfect. Nobody was ever in jeopardy of getting landed on. They just came straight down. Of course, it was a little bit windy, so they had to start gathering their chute, but it was unique. Civil Air Patrol, I didn't even know this was being done, but there they are. Air Force had a simulator out there. You could wait in line, get in, and start simulate flying one of their machines. As you can see, the terminal, they haven't done a whole lot with that Purdue terminal in all these years. I think they said last time it was remodeled was 1970 something, but it's still a good solid facility. It still does what it's supposed to. There's one of those Navy prop planes. They were neat to get up next to and look at and realize what they were made for and what they do now. And somebody took the time to make her fly and look as good as she does today. A lot of maintenance in these old planes. Oh, there's an oldie but goodie right there. One of these days I'll look at them good enough I'll know the difference from one to another, but right now I just think they're all cool. There's a big twin engine. If I was going to wait in line to go in any one of them, I think that's the one I would have wanted to go into, just to see how big that thing is and what it does. It's just amazing to stand that close to one and look at it and think that thing, that's probably a, I don't know, 50s model, maybe earlier. And that thing just works. That's all there is to it. It just goes. Animal rescue. They found a use for that old plane. I love it. And we looked at getting in line, but that line was so long. Here's the back side of that fighter. That thing was just wow. Here's a young man that goes around and takes some really good pictures of different aviation things. Karen and I ended up buying some of his photos just because he was an interesting guy and he took the time to take pictures. The pictures look great too. Hopefully one of these days he sends me his contact information. I'll put it down here in the comments. He's got some neat stuff if you're into aviation. He's not that expensive. I liked it. Now as we walk out of the terminal here, you're going to see this. Well, there you go. Once we got off the bus, we got out to the truck. We were pretty warm for the first of the year. It was a really nice day. Like I said, kudos out to these kids that put this on. All of them are aviation students. I think in the video I said it was an engineering student. I apologize. It was an aviation student. If I remember right, I was talking to her. She was studying to do aviation management, so she's looking at going into helping airports themselves. So that's a unique field and something that she was excited about. I think she was a junior, if I remember correctly. She was very knowledgeable. She knew what was going on. She talked to us a little bit about there. Like I said, this type of event is what I want to do more of on these videos. I want to go out there and show you a little bit about what aviation is and eventually be in my own plane. Out there, hopefully, in the air, flying around, having fun. Don't think I'll jump out of one. As cool as it is, I don't think I'm going to do that. Anyways, it was a fun day. Thank you for waiting this long to look. I have to say it one more time. Please subscribe to my channel. Doesn't cost you anything. Helps us out a whole bunch. We do have some merchandise coming. I'm wearing a hat right here that we're playing with making. My wife does that stuff as part of her job now, so we're looking at getting into that. We'll get that figured out as we go along. If you're interested, drop me a comment and I'll get back with you and figure out how to do it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. Have a good night.